All right, and we are live, and I am the host with the most to another wonderful episode of It's Morphin Time podcast. As always, I am the true host with the most, the one and only Magma Cleric, and his army of magma squirrels is at the helm today for today's episode, which is brought to you guys by Magma Cleric Studios, no longer under the name of Magma Cleric Productions. We are under the name of Magma Cleric Studios now. So,
and as always, the actual host has to come up and speak. The true host, that guy, host, aka Talos Gundam. You know who this be. Yeah, me. And this podcast is also brought to you in part by my business, Nightmare Inc., aka NMI Marketing and Networking. Let us promote for you. I keep saying this. I keep throwing this out there. It's gonna change. I'm just telling you this right now. Let us promote you. Let us throw your parties. Let us throw everything that you need. Yeah, yeah.
And of course, for all your It's Morphin Time podcast needs, go to TeePublic where you get the shirts, mugs, posters, maybe raw scrolls. I'm not sure if we have that out yet.
Yeah.
But for all your merchandise, TeePublic. And I am, of course, the best Viking around, the best ass kicker, and the tamer of dragons himself. Eric the Wild Red Ranger. Let's get the show started.
Talk about us stroking our egos over there.
One of you has an army of magma squirrels. One of you has a assembly line worth of Gundam. I gotta get something to step up to the plate, because apparently what I pick is never good enough according to the fans.
I just love the fact that we're 24 episodes in, and he goes from being the quiet, shy little noob to like the saltiest ego stroking effort on this podcast. I freaking love it.
Says the guy who constantly calls himself the host with the most.
Yes. Yeah. All right. So, with that being said, let's get into the topics. First is we're going to go into our Ranger news, which is we got more stuff coming for Legacy stuff. You guys all seen the awesome-ass Legacy Red Ranger helmet. It was on display at Epicon if you was there at Epicon. So not only do we have that's been out for a while, but press release and everything else, we are getting at the end of the year a Legacy Red Ranger movie helmet. And also we're getting a Legacy Green Ranger Dragon helmet. What?
I can watch the world burn. Yes. I can watch the world burn through my helmet.
Oh my God! And it's going to, and it's so great because the Legacy helmet itself is actually better than a prop helmet that you can buy, because one, you have more holes that you can breathe out of, and it comes with the little clips to the side. So you can clip it off and then just take it off. That's on the outside of a prop helmet. This one is going to be like on the inside of the. Also, we got our first look at the beautiful. Can't wait to get my hands on these Legacy Zeonizer Morphers. Ha! Die-cast metal, lights, sounds. Oh my God. It is going to be legit awesome to wear it. Just walk around. Zeo Ranger. Ha! Oh my God. That is, I honestly cannot wait for that. We also have Psycho Rangers are going to be released in the 6-inch Legacy lineup. I know we talked about them last time, but they got a release date of at the end of this year. We will have 6-inch Psycho Rangers from Power Rangers in Space series. So holy cow, we're getting a little bit of our villains that we want to be made into the Legacy line. So holy cow,
quite a bit coming out then.
Yeah, there is. The only thing that's weird though is when you collect the Psycho Rangers, it's something else. Something else makes Alpha. This one makes the Psycho Pink's monster form when you collect all 5 of the Psycho Rangers. So yeah.
A bit odd, but
it's going to be great. It is going to be fan-freaking-tastic. All right, so here's Ninja Steel is going great right now. It's 2 episodes in. I hope that we get more than just 20 episodes. Hopefully we will.
Man, about 20 to 23, I think I remember hearing about Nickelodeon's policy on seasons, which is ridiculous.
Right. I mean, it's just okay. So we the list came out of actors who are going to make guest appearances, hopefully, and some that aren't going to make guest appearances.
And that came out after we did the podcast about Jason and Frank. If we were just like an hour later, we could have actually looked that up and commented on it that day, but no, we had to do it at the wrong time.
Right, and it's so funny because he's at the top of the list.
Of course, who else would be?
And then you have different other Rangers in that thing, in making guest appearances. On a ninja show, you don't have Tall Rangers. You don't have them on there, who are basically ninjas. And you don't have the other team that you called ninjas, Ninja Storm, on your ninja-themed anniversary show. What the hell?
I don't know. We have a lot of weird stuff going on. I mean, heard a lot of stuff back in Megaforce that there's a lot of people that just last minute couldn't get there for whatever reason. And maybe this is the reason too. It's like maybe there's just some weird reasons, like we couldn't get him, or her, which is weird because they were the start of the New Zealand era.
Right.
Whatever.
So what about you? What do you feel about this? The list of stars that are coming out and not having a single ninja-themed ranger on that.
One thing I want to throw in. I'm actually kind of sad that Ziggy's not going to make an appearance.
What about you, Melvin? What's your Talos? What's your?
I have no comment. I repeat once again, I have no comment because that is by far so much garbage. So much garbage.
Well, why don't you explain this garbage? Come on.
Oh, is it that you cannot get a Ninja Ranger out of all your Ninja series? You can't even get the Ninja. No. You telling me you can't even find a way to say, hey, look, let's throw Ninja Sentai in here. This will at least give us some hope. No, nothing. Well, no Ninja Ranger at all. Nothing.
They could kind of bring in the ninja forms from the later Mighty Morphin series that they had, but that's not going to be all that interesting.
Like I said, you telling me you couldn't get a Ninja Storm Ranger form? Nothing. Oh, fuck you.
Yeah, I'm a bit disappointed at that too. Like, no Ninja Storm Rangers on the Ninja Steel. Yeah, I can understand Alien Rangers because that's kind of people didn't like them so much, so why not bring in Ninja Storm? It's like any of them.
Any Ninja Ranger would have been great.
You had Blue in Once a Ranger, and that was Operation Overdrive, where they had their budget cut. And you're telling me you can't bring in like
Here's the thing.
Wait a minute.
I would have at least been happy with you giving us samurai. Bring samurai. I'd have been happy. At least it would have been around the same era because samurai and ninjas are from almost the same era. But no, you give us nothing. You give us garbage. It's okay. It's all right. It's all right.
So now we go on to what everybody's been waiting for, and will be announced in the on our Facebook page here soon after this podcast is over with. So we had the 6th Ranger tournament, and as we all know, Eric is salty about that because he got kicked out in the first round. I made it.
Yes, because apparently the Rangers I like, no one else likes.
And I made it to the semifinals, but unfortunately, my 2 choices got stomped out in the semifinals. Which one, I was completely shocked and awed that he got stomped out the way he did in the finals. Just no, we got to give our thoughts on the semifinals match, and then we'll give them the winners of the semifinals match. All right, so Melvin,
wait, hold on. I want to bring this up real quick because we might. I'm checking the list again, and rumored to appear, we have 2 of the Ninja Storm Rangers. Well, they're rumored, so it's not 100%.
Yeah, but if they're rumored, they're not going to show up.
That's not 100%. I mean, Johnny Young Bosch is there, so.
Right. Which Johnny Young Bosch, he's got a track record of showing up. Ninja Storm characters, except for Tori, don't have a good track record of showing up.
Well, Tori's on this, and we do have Samurai Gold on the list to come, so we at least have one samurai. Hey, you just said to bring us over from samurai, and your wish has been granted.
I don't give a damn.
Okay. Melvin, the first round of the semifinals is White Tiger Ranger versus the Titanium Ranger. In this match, who do you have?
We know who got stumped. I mean, anyway, hush. Yeah. I mean, I always had my boy, the White Tiger Ranger. I mean, look who I am. I'm the Green Ranger. I'm the dragon. So, of course, I would go from being dragon to tiger. I'm yin and yang. What you looking for? You looking for some salt in the air? Is that what you're looking for? You looking for some salt?
No, I'm just waiting for you to be done so I can give my 2 cents on this.
Eric, what is your 2 cents in on the White Tiger Ranger versus the Titanium Ranger?
Well, since I can't give away who exactly won, I'm gonna tell what I think.
That's what we're asking.
Yeah. I think White Tiger should win because he has more experience coming off of 1 season already going into this. Whereas, and I'm pulling in the salt mine for this, the emo Trent just like, oh, I've only been in here for 1 season.
No, semifinals. Stick to the semifinals. Stick to the semifinals. Ranger versus Titanium Ranger. Stop trying to give it away.
I'm not. I didn't say anything.
You was over there talking
I'm so salty from the fact that, my entire team lost, and we have.
Doesn't mean you spoil it for everybody.
I didn't say who won yet.
Over there comparing him and
because
another person.
I don't even think Trent should have gotten this far because he is an inexperienced emo brat who's the son of a rich.
Talking about Trent, we're talking about Tommy, the White Tiger Ranger, versus Ryan Mitchell, the Titanium Ranger. And you are saying you're giving it to Tommy because he has more experience and stuff, right?
Yes, he has more experience, way more than, the Dino Ranger would have.
So now we go on to round 2 because I'm going for Titanium Ranger. I'll give that in a minute. The second round of the semifinals was Godzilla, Right Dino Ranger. So, out of those two, Eric, who do you have?
Wait, repeat who's in this again?
Godzilla, aka Jason, Trent, White Drago Ranger. Who do you have?
I'm gonna say Goldeo. Because by the simple fact that he honestly seems more badass. I mean, Trent looks intimidating, but Goldeo has been more badass, especially, being a part of the team that fight the giant monsters in the last part head to head. It's like, yeah, you have a lot of badassness to you. And also, I got to give credit to the guy who beat up Shadow Ranger.
Right. All right, so who do you have in this fight? Are you backing your own fighter, or are you throwing a curveball at everybody and going with Godzilla?
In this one, I have to say, I go with Godzilla. I went with Godzilla. Not even gonna front. I went with Godzilla. I went with Godzilla.
Because I also went with Godzilla. I was backing my own horse on this one. So now we can get to the results of the semifinals. And by a stomp out of 80 to 50 points, 50 votes, White Tiger Ranger is the winner of the semifinals. That's who won, and that's who went on to the finals. And that's how many they had against the other person. Me, personally, with it being closer than I like it to be, it is finals is Trent, the White Dino Ranger, by 5 votes. That was the closest Trent. So now we move on to the finals. We have Melvin's 2 Warriors about to duke it out for the title of 2017 Best 6th Ranger. Who and why, Eric, who and why is walking out this winner?
White Tiger's walking out.
I'm gonna leave it alone.
Mel, who are your 2 warriors walking out the champion?
You yell at me for spoilers.
White Tiger.
I too went with White Tiger. Results. If you was at Epicon, you guys already know the results, but if you're not, here are the results. It was 2 White Tiger to 132 votes White Ranger. So the winner of the 2017 Best 6th Ranger Tournament is the White Drago Ranger. And so everybody give a good round of applause to Melvin. He picked the winning horse. He picked the winning horses on this one.
Yeah, as always.
Of all the ones that you guys picked, it was a Draco Ranger.
Yep.
I can somewhat see Drago putting
to me, it was basically the equivalent of Antonio from Samurai getting to the top. Just like, wait, this guy got to the top and beat over the more fan favorite and more badass Rangers.
Right. I will say he was a wild card. I did not expect. I was expecting his first opponent that he fought, because it was slow as hell between White Drago Ranger versus the Shadow Ranger. That one was slow as crap.
Wait, wasn't it the green? Wasn't it the green Ninja Storm Ranger?
I'm sorry, Green Samurai lost to White Drago Ranger, and that was the slowest match out of it all, because that one.
And we get to this one, it's like, boom, over 100's like, where was this in the first place?
Because like White Drago versus Green Samurai, his first opponent, they barely even got over 20 votes, while everybody else was close to like 40 or 60, except for Shadow. I don't know. Y'all let Gold Ranger stomp Shadow out. I mean, Shadow Ranger just got stomped out in the first round. I mean,
and
I thought he would have done better than that, but you guys didn't even give
better because he's one of the more badass 6 Rangers. And yes, I am considering him a 6 Ranger.
Yes, that was also a thing that people were like, he wasn't a 6th Ranger. Yes, he was. He was the first new Ranger to be introduced, which qualifies him as a 6th Ranger. And yes, he did help out the team a lot.
He even came with his own Megazord.
Then we go into the second opponent for White Drago, which I thought White Drago was going to get stomped out, and we were going to have a Tommy versus Jason fight in the finals. But you fans pulled a total 180 on us, and like, nope. Oh, I didn't know you were putting White Drago in here. Let me White Drago up in this fight.
And I want to say, like, I am happy I was wrong that this didn't turn into White Tiger versus... I mean, like, White Tiger versus Gold Zio, as I kind of was calling. But at the same time, like, why is the White Dragon Ranger?
Right. Oh, my God. But it was a close... it wasn't a close fight. Drago stomped out in the finals. He said he had enough of this shit and stomped out the White Tiger Ranger. He put up a decent fight for a little bit. You guys voted and think that Drago Ranger would have stomped Tommy's White Tiger powers. So that is the tournament, folks. So in October, tune back in October for our villains, main villain tournament. Oh yes, glorious. And also, we'll be celebrating our 1-year anniversary as a podcast.
Ooh. How are we going to celebrate, or is that going to be the surprise?
Going to be the surprise. All right, so
I call strippers and cake.
We are moving on to the next topic, which was brought up to us by Talos Gundam. And this next... Huh?
Go ahead.
Wait. This next topic was brought up by our luscious host with the most over there, who claims to be the one with the most, but we all know. He compensating.
That is the word of this podcast. Compensation.
He brought up the fact of where do we see Power Rangers and Super Sentai heading now? What is the next thing? What is the next team that they're gonna do? And me personally, I wanna start this one off. As far as Power Rangers, I want them to adapt Go Busters.
And I second that.
Adapt Ghostbusters. You don't have to use. I mean, you can use Sentai footage, but you don't have to be like, well, Ghostbusters is before Ninja. Still was before Ninja. That's the one. Was before Ninja, so they can't use Ghostbusters. They've done it before. They have skipped the season over, and well, they didn't skip it, but they completely rewrote it and only gave it 15 episodes. I'm talking about. So you could potentially put Go Busters in front of the Ninja Steel and call it Power Rangers Energy Core or Power Rangers whatever. You can call it whatever you want. Police force if you want to.
And wouldn't be the first police force.
Yeah. My second one, the one for Super Sentai side, I would like them to basically be the theme for Super Sentai on that side, Megazords. The costumes and stuff derived from previous throughout the Sentai show.
Okay.
Let's say you can have the Red Ranger. His suit would resemble Daijujin, and he would have like a miniature Daijujin sword. Say like you can have the Yellow Ranger. He can pilot. He can basically have the suit resemble and have powers, but have somewhat of the powers of Magic King. Then you have Pink. I would put Pink because they're always gonna throw old Sentai in there no matter what. So Pink would be the first true Megazord that was just they summoned a giant robot from the sky and he was like a samurai looking dude. She could because I can't think of his name right now, but he was the very first one. So if you want to have the first one represented as a giant robot, you can do that with the pink one. Have her suit resemble that one. Have Blue on there, and have his suit represent the SPD, the Delta Megazord, the SPD Megazord. Have it represent that one, and then then we'll have like a, let's see, we need another dude. So I would say green, so it would be red, blue, green, yellow, and pink, and the green one. And let's see, who would he represent? Oh, we can go with the Zeo Megazord. His suit would resemble the Zeo Megazord. And Super Sentai can do this because the Operation Overdrive's Sentai counterpart, I can't even think of the name right now. It's slipping the tongue. But Bokinja, yeah. All of their monsters somehow, in some way, represented a Megazord from the past.
Which is kind of a weird way to do it, but
because like the main bad guy of Bokinja, he was represented. He had parts of basically he had the horn like Daijujin did, and his teeth on his chest actually resembled the teeth on the chest of Daijujin when the pterodactyl would land and form the chest. Bokinja has already done that, but I would like to see that as a game where their powers come from previous Megazords. So that was where I think I want them to go. Melvin, since this was your topic, where do you see Power Rangers, and what theme do you see Sentai going next?
All right. Okay, finally I'm taking over again. So here's the thing with this. Right now, as a lot of us who grew up with it, a lot of fans, whether old and new, they kind of don't know whether Power Rangers is fully about to come to an end, or whether they're going to have anything new. I brought this topic up because I wanted to know from my co-hosts, how they felt, just how Marcus gave his answer. Like, I want to know how they felt, where they felt like it should go. Into a little more detail, because to me, I feel like as far as it goes for the Japanese side, I really don't see them. They've almost done everything. It's almost like they're South Park. Yeah, it's almost like they're South Park in a sense. Like they've done everything. Well, correction. They've done everything. Yeah, like they've done everything. So it's like it's kind of hard to see them doing anything else. As far as the American side, I feel like plethora of things to choose from. Because in a sense, I do really feel like they should have adapted Go Busters, Tokuger. They really should have. Like,
I'm iffy on the
who doesn't love
trains?
I mean, who doesn't love trains though? Trains are one thing that you really, really could see over here. I mean, this is America.
Not
completely. Like
maybe having a Megazord based on a train, but I don't see an entire theme around it catching on as well.
I mean, it's possible to me.
It is possible. I don't see it.
But like I see that as like, because I mean, too many kids love trains nowadays. It's still too many kids that love trains. And then, okay, like I said, over here in America, Industrial Revolution brought forth the railroad, which brought forth trains and everything else in between. Like, you got so much you can play off of. You have so much you can play off of. Then not only that, Go Busters was a great hit in Japan. There's no reason it wouldn't be a great hit over here. That's another three-man team that you could bring back.
I haven't seen a lot of
three-man team in since Jungle Fury.
Yeah,
Jungle Fury was the last three-man team.
Yeah, and like I say, so that's why I feel like you could bring a three-man team back into the fold and see how it goes. I mean, I know this would probably end up happening after Power Rangers Astro Force, aka the next season, which is supposed to come over here, but
which that hasn't been set yet. That hasn't been set in motion yet.
Yeah, that hasn't been set in motion yet, but at the same time, but as far as my Super Sentai, okay, with Super Sentai, it's like I said, it's kind of hard to give them anything because first and foremost, as much as I want to say, hey, give them video game based. We just had a Kamen Rider that did that.
And they've done it with
Mega Ranger?
Huh? Mega Ranger, yeah. They did that with Mega Ranger.
But that was a while back. That was like when video games were just getting out of their infancy. I mean, I think they could do it again, but do it a bit more differently. I mean, make it different from X-Aid, or maybe have it a couple years after so that X-Aid isn't so fresh in everybody's minds.
Yeah,
Right.
true. You know, I mean, they could also probably do it based on the horror monsters. You know, the original horror monsters. You know, Frankenstein, Dracula. You know, the thing. You know, Swamp Thing. You know, those things like that. They could do a scene
I
based
could
off of
see that,
actual
but
monsters.
I think there might be some, depending on how they do it. Since from what I understand, we're starting to have like monster, like a Warner Brothers monster universe coming in. They might have to talk about that.
True.
I mean, that'd be interesting. So
So,
I would kind of switch out some monsters.
Eric, what is your thoughts and ideas on it?
Well, let's start with Power Rangers since they're kind of the easiest thing to predict, and we know they're going to take up Q Ranger, and I kind of hope they do because that has been an interesting series so far. And adapting a Power Rangers based on constellations would be an interesting idea for them to work with. And as I say, I agree. I kind of want to see Ghostbusters, but there's a big thing I want Power Rangers to do, and I was really disappointed in this. And I want to have more of our own sort of, like our own, like filmed. Like I want more like how RPM was, where most of it was our own filmed shots. But the problem is that takes more money than Power Rangers generally is given, which is kind of the big problem.
That is true.
Yeah, we've had. I mean, even early on, and I've heard that even in Ninja Steel, that they had a lot of like recorded in-suit scenes, which is nice. But I want, as I said, more like RPM, where most of the season is in-suit recorded on the Power Rangers side. So we can be more original, not rely so much on the Sentai footage.
Yeah. True.
Right.
But that's like I wanted that since Disney. And we know my thoughts on Disney. On the side of Sentai, where I see them going, I have no clue because a lot of it is going to be how they adapt to the changing times. In that they've lost a lot of their viewership, partly because, as in America, they air some of the stuff earlier in the morning. But we have the internet where streaming is possible. So, and I know this is kind of different from what you guys are talking about, but I think if Sentai tries to succeed, they're going to go heavily more into streaming services. Maybe add different scenes to that. As in a theme, they can pretty much pull a lot of other stuff. I mean, they can go and pull it off of planets, the idea of other universes, or one that I kind of want to see a bit more, pulls from different mythologies across the world. Like how each ranger is responsible for, if not a pantheon, a certain deity related to a trait. Like you'd have the Red Ranger being the general associated king of a pantheon, like let's say Zeus, and so on. Getting their certain specific powers, like lightning and so on. That's something that I kind of am interested in, and we've seen Sentai jump into topics that isn't specifically to Japan. I mean, they brought in a cowboy ranger.
No, that's cool. I mean, totally would do something like that. I think that would be actually a pretty decent way of doing that. The mythology and building to the universe.
And they'd be able to actually extend that into different rangers as well, because the big thing is we got to sell toys, and having different forms is good for toys, as far as I know.
Right. Alrighty then. So, pretty good ideas. I would definitely love to see a lot of them come to fruition. Like I would love to see Melvin's idea with the whole movie monsters, or just the horror monsters in general, come to fruition and be rangers themselves. So that's actually a pretty good idea. I like that. So our next topic that we're gonna get into is oh yeah, I am so sorry guys. It's been a long weekend. So yeah, our next topic is the Common Rider build appearing in XA. Yes. Eric, take it away.
Well, in case if people didn't know, Bill did appear in XA and made a cameo, which that is kind of a bit of a disappointment, but he showed up, showed off, and left. And I actually kind of like the way I kind of like the demonstration we were given. I like his driver and his sort of gimmicks they have, because you show him taking two of his full balls, I believe they're called, and putting them together, and it shows he has a mix and match gimmick going. I think the two forms he used was a bunny tank and a gorilla mond, which gorilla and diamond, and he wiped the floor with them, which is hilarious. But it does seem to be an interesting thing. I am liking the mix and match gimmick. Hopefully we see a lot of different combinations in the series. So not too big on his appearance.
Not too big on his appearance. I was going to ask you about that because they've already had a Common Rider named W.
Yeah, I heard a lot of people say he looks like W, which I don't mind. I mean, as I said, there's nothing that makes me say, yes, I like this Common Rider suit. It's fine to me. It's just nothing spectacular.
All right, Melvin, what about you? Talos, what about you?
All right. I guess I'll take over.
What is your thoughts on Build's technically first appearance?
Okay, I guess I'll take over for the Toku hits. First and foremost, Build is fine. Build pays homage to W, which is exactly how we kind of like it. From the knowledge that we've all been giving, especially with a lot of us who can get behind the scenes knowledge, Build is a scientist. He falls along the lines of chemical engineer who basically, goes through and notices that the stuff that he's in, the world he's in, as always in general, they need a hero. So therefore, i.e., builds his driver and becomes Kamen Rider Build.
Didn't he make his isn't he the first Kamen Rider to make his own driver?
He's not the first. If I'm thinking correctly, he's not the first one to make his own, but I think he does fall in that line. He's not, down there like fifth or sixth. I think he's like maybe the third, I believe. But
time out. Guys, there are no porn parodies going on here, okay? There's no porn parodies at all. So Parasite and Michael French, you did not miss the porn parody.
Yet.
Yeah.
There's none.
That's the secret.
But anyway, going back through, as far as it goes, I know a lot of people who feel like they kind of don't like the way he goes through to shake his I don't have the word right now for what they're called at the moment.
I think they're called full bottles.
But I'm just gonna call them bottles.
I think that's a bit odd too that he kind of shakes it, but at the same time, just meh.
But it's to cause a chemical reaction. So like once he locks them in and he turns it, that way, they react with each other to give him his suit. So I am kind of happy about that. I actually do, I actually do like it. I like the way that turned out. I like the way it fully went, and I feel like this writer is going to actually be a good one. I do. I feel like he's going to be a good one. I can already give him maybe like an 8.
I'm curious to see what kind of auxiliary writers he's going to have.
Yeah, that's going to be pretty neat to see his auxiliary writers, the ones that are basically his allies. That'll be pretty neat to see. First and foremost. But yeah, my thoughts on Build. I want to hope he's going to be better than X-Aid, because I've lost interest in X-Aid because it's getting too convoluted. It's too much and not enough, all at the same time. I know I'm not making any sense, but you gotta stay with me. Just like towards the end of it, like I watched up to episode 30, and then like afterwards, it just got to the point where I was like, it's freaking ridiculous. And I generally stopped watching it because I was just like, I can't do it no more. There's just XA started off good, but for me is ending pretty weak. And so I hope that Build can come in, because I personally, besides the love of trains, I personally love chemistry. I love science. I love the mixture and how you mix two things to get a different thing. It's one of the main reasons why I used to bake a lot. I used to bake because I like mixing stuff together and getting a totally brand new component out of mixing.
We just lost Talos.
We lost Talos. Holy crap, we lost Talos.
Well, I'm sure he'll get back, but I actually just had some ideas pop into my head. So I kind of want to explain something while we wait for Talos to come back. And since Build already has an organic and inorganic bottle which he mixes together, maybe we can have one that's more plant-based.
That would be interesting.
Yeah, instead of animals, you have like different types of plants, like maybe oak or maybe a Venus flytrap, for example, or maybe different parts of the animal kingdom. Like maybe Build has mammals, the other one has insects.
Yeah, I don't think they're gonna go that far. His is just, I think, huh?
We don't know yet.
The way it is, because they've already released basically the prototypes to his toys and stuff, and what it seems like it's going to be elements from the periodic table.
Yeah, fair enough.
They have diamond on there. They have something else on there as well.
Which though diamond's not a periodic or not an element, it is what, the purest form of carbon or something like that.
Yeah.
Let's see.
Yeah, I just think Build is going to be is going to be really, really good on and that's what I'm hoping that will happen for Build.
I'm waiting to see how the show goes, but so far, just from his appearance, I am pretty optimistic.
Right. All right. So, waiting on Talos to get back. Go into the samurai discussion, because he's got a surprise topic for the both of us, and he's got a couple of questions from the fans themselves. So hopefully he'll get back on here relatively fast.
Well, relatively is relative. So What might be fast for him might be slow for us.
All right, so Power Rangers Samurai, the first Power Rangers show of the new Saban era. And I have to say, it's okay. It was decent. It wasn't great. It wasn't all that good. It was a turn to arms for him, basically. And yeah. So there is that. Oh, excuse me.
That's it, just a return to arms.
For Saban, he's back on track when he starts doing this. And this is the first season since Mighty Morphin Power Rangers to be broken up into 2 seasons. Thanks a lot, Nickelodeon.
Yeah.
One original one.
And one, which is a super one, which has been a running thing.
Yes, that is what's wrong with the new Saban era, is the whole running of the running joke of super. Why do you have to have super in there? There's no freaking need for a super. Okay. Totally sorry, everybody. Samurai, altogether, if you include Super Samurai as just a continuation of Samurai, and not add the Super, the Power Rangers Samurai runs a total of 43 episodes, because there's 21 episodes together in the Super Samurai season. And there's 22 in the regular season. This is going to be the most difficult discussion we've ever had. I think Talos dropped out because he knew what was happening next. He's like, nope, F this, I'm out. You cannot direct the porno. Oh, God, we have people in the chat room talking about the porno. There is no porno happening. There's no volunteers to help film it. Nothing.
Well, that's because no one volunteered to help with the porno. No one has experience filming a porno, so we kind of have to outsource this. So,
Master Xandred has returned, and is returned into Japan after, I want to say it was like 100 years ago, or something like that. It was years ago.
He finally got back.
Oh, good. Welcome back, Talos. I see you tried to get the hell out of here before we got to the samurai discussion.
No. What had happened was, the Gundams, they smelt bullshit and they disappeared. So I had to go back. And catch them before they floated out in space.
What kind of quality of Gundam do you have that they just smell bullshit? They're gone. Come on. Have some
what kind of Viking are you that just salts mines all the day? Mine salt.
Hey, it's a living. I have to find some way to pay for whatever army I'm trying to get here.
And speaking of armies, Xandred is trying to resurrect his army with the Zanzu River and flood the entire planet.
I think he's actually, he's not trying to resurrect his army, just trying to flood our realm with the. He's basically trying to bring hell to us, which,
And it's so bad because in Power Rangers, we can't drink. There's no alcoholic drinks or anything. So that drink that Master Xandred...
Medicine!
Yeah, it's medicine. All about
because
medicine.
Even if it's a bad guy, we can't associate alcoholism with a villain. Like, come on, that would at least send a positive message. Like, who wants to be Xandra? The guy doesn't even do anything aside from sit on his boat and drink all day.
Yes. And then we have the Rangers themselves. Oh boy!
Nope.
Hold to your horses on this one. Okay, so first time watching Samurai, my wife looks at the TV and goes, "I didn't know they hired Justin Bieber to be a Red Ranger."
I'm glad I'm not the only one who thought that. I'm glad because I'm sorry whoever played it, but you just have a Justin Bieber face, and for that you have a bad life.
You are the Justin Bieber Ranger, and you will never let that down, ever.
Well, at least it's not the Justin Bieber of New Zealand.
But we will say we will give this season some credit. It does introduce the first red and actually on the show longer than just an episode or two, red leader female ranger and his sister. So we have Jaden Shiba and Lauren Shiba, who are both played by Alex Hartman and Kimberly Crossman. And these two, I want to say Laura was a bit rushed. It was cool that she brought in, but it was like, okay, so these guys are just going to automatically follow her because she's been training for years to seal up Master Sandred. And they haven't been in battle with her, so she doesn't really know how to help lead them, and you can actually see that in Samurai. So I like that they touched up on the subject with them. Then we have the Blue Samurai Ranger, Kevin, the most blandest person, and he's by Naji Deteach, played by.
I know he gave shit. I know he gave shit to the Black Wild Force Ranger for not having for acting in a way where I don't even know if he's surprised or not. But man, the Blue Samurai Ranger just makes him sound better. He's like, he always had like this whisper to him. It's like, speak up.
And this is one of the reasons why people have some hatred towards the Neo Saban era. He hired a guy, nothing wrong, who is a complete Sentai head. He loves everything about Sentai. So, as Talos knows, he knows that Sentai stories 9 times out of 10 do not mix well with an American story.
Yeah.
Am I not correct, Talos?
Huh? What was that? Huh? Somebody called me for some bullshit? I'm sorry. My bad. I was mining salt.
Hey, get out of my mind, motherfucker.
We were talking about the whole with the Neo Saban era, how he hired a couple of new guys who were nothing but Sentai heads and tried to mix Japanese stories in with their American stories, and how that's never worked ever. I just want to know if you had anything to put your 2 cents onto it.
Nope, nothing at all. Mm-hmm. We don't speak about bullshit around here.
Oh, we've been speaking about it quite frequently. I'm pretty sure our fans could talk about the amount of bullshit we've brought up.
Anyway.
There we have Samurai Ranger, Mia Wannabe. Your name is Wannabe. You are played by
I have no idea if you're even saying her name right or not.
Oh, I'm saying it because she's a wannabe ranger because she's a horrible pink ranger. Horrible pink ranger. And then she and Jaden are the only people that get last names beside Antonio, which is the Gold Samurai Ranger, who is played by Steven Skyler. Which, okay, I can kind of see that. Gold Samurai Ranger, both in the Sentai and in the Power Rangers, was a freaking sushi salesman. Again, there's the beautiful, wonderful of mixing Sentai with American toys. It doesn't fit. Then I'm not even talking about the other tier ones. This season was mediocrely okay. It's to the point where I can't even really talk about it. And then they have the audacity to bring Bulk in. To bring Bulk back in. No, we haven't seen Bulk since Forever Red episode. I still does not mean you bring him in and you have him help Spike Skolovich, aka Bulk and Skull's little and implied that Skull and the Pink Ranger Kimberly had a son. Don't ruin my childhood, Samurai.
Is that seriously what they were implying?
Implying that Spike and Kimberly got hitched. So, yes.
And by the way, it's Watanabe.
Watanabe, okay.
I knew you were saying it wrong because there was this. She has the same last name as Cam from Ninja Storm.
Yes. Okay, so Zords. Me personally, I love the Samurai Megazord. I love the Claw Armor Megazord. I love the Bull Megazord. I, unlike esteemed colleague, esteemed salt mining host over there, I love the design of the Samurai Gigazord. I think it's freaking awesome.
Yes, because just go ahead and throw salt at me because I didn't like a Zord that looks like a complete, just utter train wreck. Of course.
A complete, as you say, blocky clusterfuck?
It's a blocky clusterfuck that looks like I could hang Christmas ornaments on it.
No,
but
a blocky clusterfuck is the Zoo Rangers.
Like, you Ogers Megazords, which are nothing but blocks.
But at least, so far, at least they actually than the Shinkenger Gigazord.
No, they don't. Oh, look, a Rubik's Cube. All you gotta do is twist me and put me the fuck together, and I make something unique. No, the fuck. How is my head the fucking sword? My head is the fucking sword. It's the Master Saber. Then, let's not get started on the goddamn cube whale.
Hey, at least that had one. At least that came with one of the most powerful attacks ever. That broke. That went up to the moon, revolved, it broke.
That fucking water spout? Is that what you're talking about? Oh, look.
No, I'm talking about he came with the cannon to the Red Ranger that broke the moon.
Like I said, that fucking water spout. Oh, look. Guess what? I look like I'm basically nothing more than a 3D version of Mr. Game & Watch. I'm a 3D solid version of a 2D character, and I'm broken because I'm cartoonish. That's...
Thank you.
But
and that's going to end the samurai discussion because samurai is giving me a freaking headache just to talk about it.
Well, I don't think it is a pretty lackluster season. It's not 100% bad. It is not the worst. We can all agree that it's not the worst one we've had. That's coming next episode, and I am ready to watch that and tear my hair out. You are going to see me next episode bald, most likely.
And the rage of the magma scroll.
But at least had some good ideas. Granted, implemented a bit poorly and ridiculously. I mean, it actually kind of makes me a bit ashamed that I have Decker on my shirt, but he's still a bit badass.
Yes, Decker was a bit badass. All right, so Talos, you had a surprise topic for us, so we're gonna get into that topic, and then we're gonna do the Q&A because you said you had some questions from the fans. So let's go into your surprise topic.
So not only do the Gundam just fly away when they even remotely smell bullshit, apparently they mess his equipment up when he's needed. Quality Gundams he has.
Where are you, Gundam?
Not here right now, it seems.
Wait, I heard static. Gundam, come to us, Gundam.
Yo.
About time.
Yo, can you hear me?
Gundam, what is your surprise topic? And then we're gonna go into the questions that you had for us from the fans.
Okay, sorry about that. Apparently my mic had went in between worlds and was talking bullshit. But okay, yeah. So here's the topics. I'm finally getting to take over again. I keep saying this every time I say this. For some reason or another, my hosts like to try to cut me off, and I think that's what they're doing. They're muting me. But anyway,
you don't matter as much.
So says the person who doesn't matter at all. But anyway,
exactly. At least I don't compensate, and at least I can be here fully, and I don't have equipment problems every couple seconds.
Look here.
Anyway, today, would you two calm down? Jeez.
Make me.
Anyway, but yeah, I have a few topics here. The fans kind of hit me up, and I do say fans because I honestly had to go and talk to a couple people, and I didn't know they watched the podcast. You know, I really didn't think they watched the podcast. However, these two fans asked me, say, why is it that on your other podcasts you all have more fan interaction than you do on this Morphin Time? Well, we don't really see the fans on this Morphin Time. Now, a lot of people come up to us and say things. You know, we get Q&A, but we get Q&A, but we really don't get much. So I decided that today marks the beginning of something very, very fun and very, very unique for the fans. Today begins the secret tournament for It's Morphin Time podcast.
Oh, joy.
That's right, ladies and gentlemen. That's right. I've been building this up, trying to see, hey, how am I going to do this? How am I going to go through and have fun with this? Well, here's the thing. Folks, as y'all know, in November, majority of us, which hopefully all of us, will be going to Ranger Stop. So you know what? I'm going to put a hold on the Villains tournament because this tournament is going to be very, very unique. Since Eric the Wild Red has been saying for the longest. Oh, I keep getting beat. I keep getting beat out for the past 2 tournaments. He has cried like a baby. You know what? You know what? I want him to have a chance. I'm
gonna say right now, I'm tossing all the salt out the window here. I don't have a chance. I've seen, from what I'm basing off of my my fans, because I don't have no idea how many fans they actually have. I don't have a chance.
Well, you're gonna have a chance.
You have your fans. I mean, you made it to the finals of the Megazord, our very first tournament.
And then all my got beef.
You're gonna have a chance.
Finals.
You're gonna have a chance to get your fans. You're gonna have a chance to get more fans, because not only is this a tournament, this ain't an ordinary tournament. This is a promotional tournament. This is a get your views up tournament. This is a, hey, guess what? Let's see who's top dog on this Morphin Time podcast. Going to happen, and here are the rules. All 3 of us will come up with a 6-man squad. A 6-man squad. What this squad entails is 2 main team rangers, 2 6th rangers, and 2 Megazords, Ultrazords, or Carrier Zords. A squad of 6. These 6 will represent your team. These 6 will go head to head. We will put them against each other. We will see what team comes out on top. The team that comes out on top, because, hey, all 3 of us can't help each other. We have to help ourselves. So we have to promote our team. Make this fair. You want your fans to help you? You feel like Doggy Kruger was cut short? Then get people to vote for him. So here's how you do this. We're going to get in touch with our artists. Also with Magma Cleric's help. We're going to put together little things for everybody to vote on. And the team that comes up with the most votes by the end of November, I'll say, the end of November, will make an announcement in December for which team that won. The winning team, whoever wins, they themselves will have bragging rights. They will be top podcast ruler. They will be, king as king of the turkey wall, if you will. They will be top dog, truthfully. But for the fans, and this is something that I'm doing, I'm gonna try to raise it up for the fans. What I will do is that top fan, Magma will either choose one fan from his, or Eric will choose one fan from his, or I'll choose a fan from mine. That fan will get an It's Morphin Time podcast t-shirt, and they will get a full character slot in the manga that is upcoming for It's Morphin Time podcast. So yeah, you want that spot, you want that shirt, you want to say, yeah, you're the top fan of such and such. Oh yeah, I rep Eric the Wild Red. No, you don't. Come vote. We will give you the names of our teams. I'll give everybody a chance. I'll say maybe about a week. So the next podcast over, that should be within enough time and reason, don't y'all think?
To get a 6-man team together?
Yeah, get a 6-man team together? See, look, magma over there already done plotted. Like, oh yeah, nah, I'm finna make sure I win this. Oh, I'm going to win this completely. So he's already plotting.
And this is limited to only the Power Rangers side, right?
Yes, I'm making sure it's limited only to Power Rangers. I didn't want to just be all, give you a disadvantage because I knew you didn't know everybody over in Super Sentai. So,
and I do want to answer one of the questions that led into this tournament that you're throwing out there on us. To answer that one fan's question, the reason why we don't see a whole lot of interaction on our video stuff is because we started off as more of an audio podcast. So most of our people are on Facebook. I have gotten complaints about this, that why haven't we uploaded any audio to the Facebook page? Our quality has kind of dropped since we went video instead of audio, but we are trying to give everybody equal opportunities. We want to reach out there to everybody. We do understand not a lot of people like sitting there watching three guys sit around and talk, where they would rather listen to us or while they're driving to work or whatever. They want to plug us into the radio and listen to us, and that is the reason why we don't have a whole lot of followers yet. We want to, like I said, we want to change that, but that's the reason why we don't have as many followers to what you're referring to as Realm Breakers podcast on video, because they started off as a video podcast group.
Yes.
And they a brand of people that they can reach out to, where our brand is mainly Toku Nation and Power Ranger and Saban Nation, which Saban can go into their newly acquired Saban Films, which they've already released a couple of movies with the WWE franchise. So yeah, that right there is reason why we don't get a whole lot of video watchers, because we started off as just three people sitting around the table recording on a laptop and putting it on Facebook the next morning.
Yeah. Good times.
Yeah. But
so yeah, we're trying to build and extend our reach onto YouTube. I know it's been hard for our audio listeners. I have gotten people to say, okay, well, we're not into the video stuff, so we're dropping it out because the quality of video versus the quality of the audio recording, you guys were break in and out. You guys sometimes pause or somebody drops out, and I don't want to have to deal with that. I just want to listen to y'all and hear y'all talk. So I don't know yet, but there is some stuff that's going to be brought up into the future, and hopefully we can get more people to watch us on YouTube.
Yes, definitely.
With that, what is the with that?
Okay.
What is the
going
question?
over time stealing control. Yeah.
Time, everybody, it's Q&A time.
Yeah, we're getting ready to go over to Q&A. Like I said to everybody else, I just want to finish this off real quick. The tournament, like I said, we will let you know who our characters will be, who will represent our teams and everything else. Quick plug. If you're a fan of us and you're a fan of certain one of us, please go pick up our shirts. Go pick up our individual shirts. They're still up there on TeePublic. You know what I'm saying? Pick up Team
Magma.
Hashtag Team Green Ranger, Team Dragon over here, Team Talos, pick it up. Pick up Eric's shirt. You know what I'm saying? Like if you're a fan of us, pick up our shirts, definitely rep us. You never know. You know what I'm saying? You never know. But going on here, Q&A time. First question. actually goes to Eric the Red. Eric, this fan of ours asked, why is it that you seem like you're so angry? Like you're so angry all the time. Like what is that? Is it just a little persona that you do, or are you actually angry? And why are you angry?
Part of it is a persona. A lot of the stuff that I kind of get mad about is an exaggeration on this. But I actually am a bit of a hothead in real life. I mean, it's been something that I've been with a lot. When I was younger, I'd get mad at a game, slam a computer into the back of the wall. I'm not like that as much, but I am still a hothead. It's just like, as I said, the stuff on here, it's more of an exaggeration. And my life has kind of made me that if I wanted to, I can go from 0 to pissed off in a second.
So what you're saying is you're basically playing a character.
For the most part, it's a character that I know, though.
Right. Okay, that's cool.
So.
That's cool. That's cool. Okay. The next question was for Magma himself. Magma. A lot of people have been hearing you say, throughout all the podcasts that you're used to doing other things on YouTube. You're used to doing like other stuff that used to pertain to rating top 10, other stuff like that. Are you going to go back to it? Are you still doing it? And if so, why is it that you kind of hate YouTube so much when it comes to it? If you're used to it.
All right. First of all, I do have another channel called. It was called the Eminem Show. It was started out with me and my friend Michael French. He's been the guy on the comedy thing. We started it off as just a top 10. We were trying to catch up the likes of people like Green Scorpion. Let's see. He does top 10s. And just a bunch of different people who did video game top 10 stuff. And we wanted to get in on that. And we did get it on that. We started off slow and we slowly built up. And we got over 100 following. And during that time, there was a lot of behind the scenes that went on between me and him. We had a big falling out. You guys, if you guys follow me on Magma Cleric, which is now, it's no longer Eminem Show, it's the Magma Cleric Studios, was Productions right now. I haven't changed it yet. But if you guys followed my stuff on there, you would know me and Mike had a huge, it was horrible. We had a huge falling out. It was almost, let's put it this way. It was almost nearly as bad as the one between Gerard, the completionist, and his former partner who worked with him, who is now requesting that he takes all the videos that has his likeness down in it. All the videos he worked with him has to be taken down. It almost got to that point with me and Michael. We got to pretty heavy blows with each other, and we both knew we were partners in this YouTube stuff, and it almost got to that point where we almost came to blows to fighting over the channel. Then on top of that, I've been fighting YouTube constantly. You're gonna do that if you make top 10 videos, especially based around copyrighted games and stuff. So you're gonna fight that. So that brought a lot out of me, and mainly my focus shifted from just doing top 10s. What we originally wanted to do with this channel. What me and Mike originally wanted to do with this channel and was to start off with top 10s, but branch out to reviews or to comedy skits, or this, or awesome music from video games. That's what I'm slowly bringing out into now. And its Morphin Time channel is a brand extension of Magma Cleric Studios. So we have a podcast that goes on here. I don't necessarily hate YouTube. I've had my history with YouTube. I've been to court with YouTube, and I've had I've had fights, both legal and not necessarily having to have legal issues brought into it. So yeah, I've had an up and down history with YouTube, but I keep plugging away. I have this channel here that, as I said, is a brand extension of its Morphin of Magma Cleric Studios. But this part of Magma Cleric Studios focuses on Rangers and stuff. So that is the little bit of history of Magma Cleric and aka Marcus, and why I don't do that much stuff on my other channel. What that's going to be all taken care of. So yeah, next question.
Okay, cool. Y'all got a little taste of the inside of Marcus, if you will. Yeah. Okay. The next question actually came up for all of us. That question was from a very dedicated fan. That fan has actually watched all of our podcasts every time we recorded them. And listened. Fan asked, okay, what made us choose Power Rangers as a topic for a podcast? When there was so many other things that we could have done. Like, what made us choose Power Rangers as a topic?
Because my wife threatened to kill me if I ever bring up Power Rangers to her ever again. If I don't find an outlet to source this out. Because that's so bad that I just constantly talk to her about Power Rangers and this and that, and to the point where she literally, I talked her ear off one time a whole freaking week of Power Rangers, and she literally turned to me. She said, if I hear one more thing about Power Rangers, Marcus, I am going to strangle you with this pillow. I have to hear about it again. But also, she's been my biggest supporter, my number one fan of this whole podcast stuff. I think also she's just glad she doesn't have to hear me constantly talk about Power Rangers and what's going on with the Power Rangers now. I get to explain it to you guys.
I have a different story on this, and it was, while I was so new to Georgia, I was kind of looking for the people to hang out with, and a cousin of mine recommended I join Marcus with a D&D campaign he was doing, which was a Power Rangers D&D. We played a couple of sessions that kind of just dropped, and I get a message asking, hey, you want to do Power Rangers podcast? And I'm like, he was like, yeah. I mean, playing the D&D campaign kind of added some lore to Power Rangers I didn't know, and as I'm discovering it, it's actually becoming an interesting show. But I'm having the same sort of problem Marcus is having, in that my interest has gotten to the point that it's a pain trying to share it with other people, because not a lot of people I know share my interest in it. So it's like, oh my, this is so interesting. Can't talk to it about it. Can't talk to anyone else about it.
I understand that. My thing was, I have always been a Power Ranger fan. Like before now, I wasn't heavy talking with anybody because I was like, okay, well, no one really shares my interest, so meh. Then Marcus invited me to the Power Rangers D&D. Okay, that was a fun. That was a very fun campaign, and like I really wish we could get it back started. However, it's like, with us and our time schedules and work schedules, it's kind of hectic. And not only that, but after that went through and everything else, Marcus came to me as well with, hey, you want to do a Power Rangers, podcast? it was my first podcast. I'm not gonna front. Like most folks think, oh yeah, Realm Breakers is your first. No, Realm Breakers is not my first podcast. It's Morphin Time Podcast is actually my first podcast. This is the first time I've actually done anything on this level or a magnitude. Like, be honest with you, I didn't really think podcasts were an interesting thing. Like, I didn't know podcasts were getting that into, popularity. I didn't realize this until like I started seeing people actually, tune in, listen, and actually take heed to what we were saying. I was like, wait, so people actually pay attention to us? Oh my God. So yeah, it was kind of funny. So yeah, that's my thing. That's the reason why I'm happy about it. I mean, like, yeah, sure, I can't really talk about the Power Rangers with my wife and then like that, but I do have brethren that I can talk to it about, so it's still fun. It's fun nonetheless.
Like I want to add, yes, there is a nerd community here in Albany and in Georgia, in our region, but it is so, you're either a Magic the Gathering nerd, a nerd, or you're just a sci-fi nerd who loves other stuff. And in between one of those subjects is a tiny, tiny gray line where you're either a Toku nerd or you're a Saban Power Rangers nerd.
And I am sitting on that line because I have gone into, yeah, I'm on that gray line because like Power Ranger, Sentai, Kamen Rider, and I am slowly getting exposure to the other stuff. And it's like, I want to watch some of the other stuff, but at the same time, I still have this stuff here that I need to get through. And there's a lot of Kamen Rider I have to watch.
Yeah, like I have a lot of stuff I have to get done. I'm actually trying to find another Kamen Rider to watch because I am done with a little bit of everything. I'm done with Wizard, which is what I started off with. I'm done with O's. I am done with Drive. I'm done with Gaim. I'm done with a lot of them. I'm probably going to go back and watch.
Not done with X8 yet.
I'm so glad that you guys are bringing up Kamen Rider because before we get to Melvin's next question, after we finish this Power Rangers discussion, the history of Power Rangers, we're going into history of Kamen Rider.
Oh God.
Oh man,
Oh God. Okay.
Shit.
Okay.
How many episodes does Kamen Rider average?
Oh, Kamen Rider average is a lot. A lot.
Well, no, because Wizard was the first one to actually go to 50. They usually stay between 20 to 30 episodes.
Yeah.
Usually. Wizard came out, they started stretching it out to 50.
And I'm a bit more familiar with stuff around Wizard, so hooray.
Yeah.
Don't worry.
Yeah, so that's going to be awesome.
Yeah.
So what is your next question that you got from the...
Okay, my next question goes to Eric, the Wild Red again. Eric, a lot of people want to know, because they, like I say, they've seen y'all on Realm Breakers, so they know y'all play other games as well. They know y'all not into just into Power Rangers. What is it? What else do you play? Like, what games do you play that you really, really interested in? Magma, you can chime in on this too. Because they want to know about you too. But like, what other games do you play that you that you really, really interested in?
That is kind of a sad thing to answer because I don't have a lot of stuff I can play games on. My Xbox 360 is kind of slowly shitting itself. My computer isn't up to being able to play a lot of games. But I have been able to actually play a few games I've enjoyed, and I've actually had to drop playing TF2 because my computer could not handle it. I enjoyed playing it. I enjoyed playing a Pyro as much as that class and needs to be reworked. Pyro update still hasn't come out for those of you TF2 fans. But one of the biggest ones that that I love, but I am struggling to get into is Dungeon Fighter Online. You guys heard me talk about it before. I know Magma and them on Realm Break have talked about it, and I have a story of that, and I played it back when it was with Nexon, and my friend Brill, back when I played this, he was a nonstop gamer to the point that he was always way higher than me, and DFO was the one game I was better than him at, to the point where I could beat him in PvP. So I would always try to push myself. Game got closed down, came back up about a year ago. I'm having trouble getting back in because I have no reason to actually jump into it. But another game, and this is one that actually these two, Metal Arms, an old PS2 game that not a lot of people have heard of, mainly because it had bad marketing. It's a cool classic. A lot of people enjoy it, but the problem is basically the publisher and the marketing team realized too late that this game actually might make money and started marketing too late. So that kind of fell to the wayside. And it's bad because when it was made, they already were preparing to make it a trilogy. So the first game ended on a cliffhanger.
Ah, okay.
And the second one, it's an old PS1 game. Again, one that probably didn't get a lot of acknowledgement. The Wild Arms series, specifically Wild Arms 2. It's a JRPG series. Wild Arms 2 kind of takes some inspiration from Trigun, if you're interested in that. Okay. It has very interesting music, interesting characters. One of my favorite sort of abilities, Blazer, which is something you should look up. He's a bit of a running thing from the Wild Arms series. There's one big problem, though, with the game. It actually has poor English localization. There are some mistakes with that. Okay. But it's an interesting game. I'm actually working on finishing it up. And it has some ridiculous bosses. But also has one of the most badass characters, Brad. If you guys see me on like the crossover battles, where I basically just threw all my salt into beating Magma, who was defending a Jedi.
Okay, cool. What about you, Magma? What about you? What games do you play? What stuff kind of interests you outside of Power Rangers?
I don't know what you mean. There is nothing else but Power Rangers. I don't know. That's all I ever play is Power Ranger game.
How much is the ransom?
Well, yeah.
The almighty Power Ranger overlords have spoken. No. I tend not to play a lot of games. There's not a lot of new games that has come out that can hold my interest long enough for me to play it. It's taking me forever to play through Uncharted right now, and I have the complete trilogy set. So it's taking forever to get through that. I mainly stick to the old games. Sega Genesis, Nintendo, Super Nintendo, all that stuff. I am so sorry about the
The dog is fine.
Yeah, I am so sorry about that, guys. Yeah. It is just I stick to the older games. That's what I like. That's I got basically all of them on emulation, so I sit on the computer and I play them when I do play them.
Okay. That's cool.
That your computer doesn't explode.
Okay. Before I ask my last two questions. Yeah, before I ask my last two questions, I just want to let y'all know the reason being the fans asked about what games y'all play was because, just like on Realm Breakers, they, like I said, once again, fan interaction is a thing. And, they wanted to see if they could play with y'all at certain points on something, something or other. But, okay, going over here, next question is actually for Magma himself. Magma, this question is in concerns of actually it's in concerns of your other business, which is Magma Cleric Studios. Okay, and this fan here is actually from Albany. Was one of the few people that actually came out to the first premiere of Kamen Rider Star Blazer. And this fan asked, "Hey, quick question. When are we going to see episode 2 for one?
Oh.
And 2, are you going to put out any other projects, or are we as a whole going to work on any other scripts? Are we going to see anything from other directors? Are you going to produce anything else? Because they actually liked it when it first aired, so they want to know from you, oh dear Magma, what do you have in store? What do you have in store coming up that you could possibly leak to us?
Well, I will give everybody a sneak peek into the schedule. We dropped one show. We were going to do I don't know if anybody ever remembers Screw Attack having a show called Hard News, where they gave the most recent video game news at the end of the week.
I actually watched that.
Yeah, They did an episode on Sundays. Unfortunately, now that how big the internet's gotten and how much stuff is out there, unfortunately, we dropped that show because before we could even film it, because it's just too relatively known about, people automatically nowadays get it more. YouTube has gotten so much bigger that has basically killed that show. On top of that, I am in the phases of rebuilding and redesigning Cross Battle and naming it Nerd Fights, where I get 3 people, Screen Junkies movie fights, but it's going to be nerd fights. And everybody will have a week to prepare a topic. They select who, like, for example, who should have, what Nintendo character would have been best suited to save Princess Peach. Well, they can go for that week. They can, say Mario. One person can say Mario and write down a description on why they think Mario is still the best person to save Princess Peach. Somebody could say, no, Samus Aran is the best person to blah, 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 blah. Here's the details and here's what it is. And then the third person can be like, no, screw it. Kirby's the best person to save Peach because he can absorb them. And then for like 15 minutes, they'll duke it out. Or like 5 to 10 minutes, they'll probably duke it out amongst each other. And whoever is the judge for that episode will listen to points and stuff like that. And whoever sways the judge the most towards, like, say the person who's got Samus Aran was like, yeah, I like Mario's argument and I like Kirby's argument. You guys gave good points, but I really think such and such hit it home with Samus. So I'm currently working on that. Currently working as soon as I can get Talos himself. The next Dish It Out podcast episode will be out. As you guys know, that is my solo podcast where I go one-on-one with my guest, or I just go by myself and talk about certain topics that are out, whether it's political topics or whether it's gaming and nerd topics. It's generally basically a solo podcast where I bring in guests to have interviews for them. Other than that, episode 2 will most likely be out in October, possibly.
Yeah, this is not a set in stone deadline. We're working hard to make sure this is better than the first episode. And
a lot better than the first episode.
And that kind of requires us to have a bit of a fluid schedule. So
okay, cool.
And you guys will and just stay tuned to keep watching the Magma Cleric Studios page because I will be releasing a video soon with all the upcoming projects that is about to come out, either this year or the beginning of next year. So stay tuned to that. All right, what's the last question?
All right.
And then we're gonna.
And the last question is for all of us in particular. The last question really was in particular, which y'all kind of already started on. Magma, you've already kind of put your schedule out there. The last question was, hey guys, love the show, love the things that you're doing. Definitely feel like y'all are growing because I know I couldn't do it. But my question is, what do you guys see yourselves doing in the future? Do you have any upcoming things that you can share with us as to like what you're doing, whether together or solo? And is there anything like, you know, that you're going to be doing in the future, any contests in the future that you're going to be doing with the fans or anything for It's Morphin Time or anything else? And I'm going to take it first. Like, as y'all already see, I've dropped one competition for the fans already. I'm gonna do a couple more after this one. This is the first one. I want to see how all of you all react to it and see how much participation y'all give us. Don't worry, we're gonna be promoting it, so you'll definitely see us doing a lot more. You'll definitely be able to see that and everything else in between. But for me, as far as It's Morphin Time, the one thing in particular that I'm trying to strive for is Ranger Stop right now. I am definitely trying to strive for that because I do want us to go. That is one big, that would be definitely be a big up for us as a podcast, especially a Saban and Toku related podcast. You know, we will be able to get our name out there a lot more. As far as side projects, I am working on a film, but that's just a little later. It's just a little something. I'm working on the manga for It's Morphin Time, as well as others will be in there and involved. I'm working on that manga as well. And that's about it for me at the moment, besides running my own business. You know, that's about it for me. Eric, you want to go?
Yeah, I think I'll go because mine's gonna be mine's gonna be quick. So
Okay.
I don't have a lot of projects because I mean, there's one thing I want to do that's get into game design, but I haven't had I don't have a lot to work with, and I don't plan a lot in the future because my life has not been consistent. I mean, I've been in Tamako for most of my life, and it was hectic there. Come down here, not really things are better, but not much different. I mean, so I don't plan ahead, and I'm not really much. I don't have a lot of productions going on. Might have some in the future. Some I'm working on ahead of time, or I'm kind of mulling around in my head. That's if I do anything, it's probably gonna be with these two here.
Okay. Magma.
As of right now, I got a few projects in the works. The whole Ranger Stop may be up in the air right now because me and my wife are currently looking for a house, trying to get us a job and get out on our own 2 feet again and get solid. Currently in that position, but at the same time, which, as I said, she's my #1 supporter, so she's right there behind me. She's saying, even though we're doing this, don't stop doing that because you need to keep doing that. I've been studying directing, how to direct and stuff. I'm currently looking into art schools about how to direct and how to become a director and stuff like that. So I'm looking into it. I'm expanding my field. We have Magma Cleric Studios has a few movies in the pipeline right now. One script is almost done. It's for a horror movie. I do have plans on doing solo films for the 3 of us. But you guys will have to keep watching the webisode series to keep up, because you'll know about our solo ones after we make our very first hour and a half long movie.
Yeah.
So look forward to that. As I said, when Talos can get some free time, he'll be my next guest on the Dish It Out podcast.
I definitely should have some which I can go ahead and say now. I definitely should have some free time on Sunday if you want to do it then. Because Saturday, for some reasons now, throughout the week, like I said, throughout the week, I'm relatively working for the most part. If I'm not working, well, working as far as doing paperwork or whatever, I'm working as in gaming. But gaming is kind of put on hold at the moment due to, as y'all saw, Wi-Fi connection. This time, however, it was just the computer overheated, and I just had to let it cool for a few seconds and get back on. But we're in the process. Me and my wife are in the process of moving as well. To basically keep that portion of my business up and going, because we have like that is key for mainly me, internet connection to do the things I want to do with everybody here and do the things I need to do with us, with you all as the fans. For those of you all out there, I guess I'm repping it's morphin time as far as online gaming at the current moment, until these other two step up and find something that they truthfully just want to like and be like, yeah, I want to play this. For those fans out there,
if I had some better equipment, I would definitely hop back onto TF2 and some of the other games and just be like, yeah, I'm from Morphin Time Podcast and I'm playing this game. Join me.
Yeah.
And if you listen to us or you watch us, I got PlayStation 4, Magma Cleric 22. That's the name out there. I do like playing Blacklight Retribution. So throw out there, or come join me and die horribly as we both play Shovel Knight, because it is now multiplayer.
Yeah, and my PSN is Talos Gundam, capital T, capital G, or you can find me at Kid Destro, Kid Destro 5 basically. And that's all capital letters. I play on PS4 as well. I play a lot of different games, Yu-Gi-Oh, Xenoverse 2. I'm mostly on the MMOs, which currently I'm on Final Fantasy 14. Like I said before, internet connection is what kind of killing me at the moment. But I'm hoping to get a Power Rangers game soon, so that way I can actually stream that for its morphin time. I'm gonna try to see, like, I have to get a better phone though, but I was gonna try to see, and play that and see how it goes. I'll probably die horribly, because for the most part, every time I play it, while I'm a big Power Ranger fan, every time I play a Power Ranger game, whether it was on Sega or whatever, I died. I died horribly. So yeah. So I won't say
that. Okay, so I want to get to before we get off. It's actually a question that I got asked, and I'll answer on here because it is part of this question that I was asked at Epicon, but it falls in line with the question you just asked, Talos, about what other projects are we working on.
Yeah.
I am not. I did it once. You guys see me once. You guys seen Eric twice. I think 3 times on Realm Breakers. But you guys seen me once. I am not in charge of Realm Breakers. So I do not know when they will have me back on. I got 3 or 4 people come up to me and ask me about that because they heard Melvin talk at the panel about Realm Breakers, and asked when am I ever going to be another guest on it, because they really enjoyed my insight and stuff on older stuff on the older games and stuff like that. And I honestly, guys, I mean, I've asked them, and I can't do anything because again, it's not my podcast. So maybe if you guys reach out to the two that started Realm Breakers, maybe they would bring me in on it. But I do not know the next time I will be on Realm Breakers. I would love to be back on Realm Breakers, bring some stuff to the table. But currently, they're doing good. They just hit the 22nd episode, I want to believe, because they're either 1 or 2 episodes behind us. So I know that they've hit the 20 episode mark, which I want to go ahead and give them a big round of applause.
Thank you
for that
thank
one.
you.
Do not clap your
20 episodes. Yeah, 20 episodes is hard enough to do. I commend y'all on doing it video for the episodes. That's a hard thing to do. But yeah, I don't know when or if I will be a guest on it again. So, that right there, guys, is up in the air. So
Yeah.
Is there any more questions?
No, that was all the questions I had. Those are all the questions that was given to me.
And I never have any questions.
Oh, you never have any questions. I got you.
Yeah,
Well, anyways, guys, this episode has been brought to you by Magma Cleric Studios, the one and true entertainment for your nerdiness. Also, this has been brought to you by Nightmare Inc. It is you guys to get sponsored and time for you to embrace the nightmare and embrace the sponsorship. Get sponsored, guys. We're the ones that do it. You want a billboard? We'll get you a billboard. You come to us.
Exactly.
All right, and then we have tpublic.com/It's Morphin Time Podcast. Make sure you pick up a t-shirt. Make sure you pick up a notebook. Our new logo.
By the way, yeah, I was going to say, hey, folks, we have a new logo out. If you haven't seen it, go to facebook.com/It's Morphin Time Podcast and look at the new logo. Yeah, we have a very nice new logo. Y'all need to thank Artwork and Cosplay for that logo. Like it put in work. Put in work.
Oh, hold up. I just got a late question in. Okay, late question. We're going to get this question out of the way. They want to know if we will ever just go back to just doing book and uploading it to our podcast, the podcast app, or if we are ever going to Podbean, which is mainly a audio podcast thing.
We're getting back to that, but once again, scheduling.
Because the rest of his question is, could you guys do a video 1 week and then record the next week? Maybe keep your fans happy. Love the show. Just think when you guys have to basically copy over your video and make it into an audio format, it lowers the quality down.
Yeah, like
I see where he's coming from.
Yeah, I actually missed just sitting around the table, because that was fun, just like getting together and actually being able to sit and like do that. I miss just being there, and I also kind of miss the quality of it, because it's not the best. I mean, we make do with what we can, but like I'm pretty sure it is better than poor or average internet connection and questionable quality microphones on all our ends. But yeah, I do want to go back to that, and hopefully one day we will.
Yeah.
It was a good idea that he threw out there. As I was saying, I guess I've been thinking about it. I know because I've if I get any more requests, I'm just gonna go ahead and throw this out here, guys, because you guys have been hounding me. I've had multiple to me about when we are going to go back to just audio. So if you guys see if you. I gotta really see if you guys really want us going back to audio. So if you really want us to keep going, if you want to sign a petition, sign a petition. But until I see that you guys really want to bring us back to just audio and have us record our voices, then yeah. So basically, here we are. This is what we get. This is what you guys get for right now. So yeah. Thank you once again for joining us on another lovely episode of It's Morphin Time podcast. I am your host with the most, Magma Cleric.
And as always, I'm the actual host of this show. Your friendly neighborhood admin, aka Talos Gundam. The one true host. Yeah. No conversation.
And I am the salt miner, the one who is missing the army, and the one who is destined for questionable greatness, Eric the Wild Red Ranger.
And it's back to action, and may the power protect you.